Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Boy, I'll tell you what, Papa Chubby, man, they kick ass. What a great band they are. Unbelievable. They'll be back later on in the show, do another tune. But I'm talking to a guy right now that I've been dying to meet for years. Okay, the movie is Goodfellas. It's towards the beginning of the movie. It's just as we see Ray Liotta's character, Henry Hill, as an adult for the first time. Him and Joe Pesci's character, Tommy, they rip off a truck from the parking lot of a diner. And
well, I actually drove the truck in and I gave it to my rip.
Oh, yeah, exactly right. I was getting to that. I'm gonna try to tell it as best as I can remember that. I want to get into it, but yeah. So they walk into a guy drives a truck into the parking lot of a diner. They calmly walk over to the truck, get in without any hassle. The truck driver gives them a nod. They get in the truck and they politely drive away. It's the easiest heist of all time. The truck driver then comes out, sees the truck is gone after going in the diner for a coffee or something, goes back in the diner and says this.
Hey, got a phone? Come on, you got a phone? It's over there. Two just stole my truck. Can you believe that? Huh?
Okay, this is how it worked back then. Two guys, the guys being Ray Liotta and Joe Pesci, calmly went away in the truck. The driver goes into the diner, and it's a different time, and says to the guy behind the counter, "You got a phone? Come on, you got a phone?" The guy goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Can you believe this? Two N-words just stole my truck."
Right.
You know, just to throw them
improvise those lines, by the way.
I was gonna say, to throw them off the scent. And it's one of those moments in a movie. It's one of those moments in a movie where you go, it's Scorsese's brilliance. This guy was perfect in that part. Perfect. Just nailed the line like hitting a home run, a grand slam home run. Perfect. And Scorsese found the perfect guy to do it. And you always remember it. And that line was said by my next guest, the great Bob Golub. What's up, Bob?
Nothing, man. Great to be here. Man, I was talking to my boy from PA.
That's right. John's a PA guy. Yeah. You're from...
I'm from Sharon, Pennsylvania, right by... It's on the border of Pennsylvania, Ohio.
Close to Youngstown.
Well, they call it Youngstown, Sharon. I used to fight out of Youngstown with Boom Boom Mancini. You know, and then...
Yeah, you were a boxer.
I boxed. Right. I was a wrestler, too. I wrestled a four-year letterman, and I went to college for wrestling for about 3 months.
So now back then, this is they shot it. They came out in '90, so you probably shot that around 24 years ago in '89. You were a stand-up comic at the time. Is that what you were doing?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how does Scorsese find you, and how does this all come about?
Well, here's what it is. I never acted. I didn't have an agent.
Right.
I didn't have a manager. I read a book called Wise Guys from Nicholas Pileggi.
Which is what the movie's based on, that book. They couldn't call it Wise Guy because of the stupid TV show that was on. They had to rename it Goodfellas.
Well, by the way, if it's the only time if you ever read a book, it's almost identical to the script.
Yeah.
And it's the first time I ever read a book back to back. And there was a guy, I mean, literally, I read it, I put it down, and there was a guy named Jimmy the Gent Burke.
Right.
Now, I said, my God, I can't get auditions, but this guy I can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did time. I beat people up. I was in, you know, I've been around. I didn't kill anybody, you know.
At the time, you had done some time in prison for what?
Well, I sold some drugs in the late 70s, you know. A lot of pot, nothing biggie, you know, but a lot.
Okay.
But so I did a couple of years, you know. And so I rated, you know, big family, tough family. So I related to this guy. So what happened was, I said, how do I get to Scorsese? You know, I'm coming from a one-nighter in Jersey, and Nicholas Pileggi was doing John Gambling or something, whatever, saying, we might make this into a film. So how do I get to Scorsese? No agent, no manager, nothing. So I start doing research, and he had an agent, a lawyer. So I start following a lawyer around for a couple of weeks. This guy had expensive places. I wanted to make the perfect time to catch this guy, right? So I catch him, come out of the bathroom. I said, look, can I get a second of your time? I just drove in from Youngstown, Ohio, which wasn't true. And he goes, you go in from Youngstown? I said, listen, I know they're doing a movie. I just need to get 2 minutes of your time. So he brings me in. I said, look, I want to play Jimmy the Gent Burke.
Okay.
Now, I don't know De Niro's up for this.
Which is what De Niro ended up getting.
I had no idea.
Okay.
I had no idea. So
tough competition.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right, but you're doing what you got to do to get a job.
I don't know. I don't know. So I say, well, look, the people who were doing this, the people who did Rocky, Erwin Winkler.
Erwin Winkler.
They were producing.
Yeah.
So I got a hold of them. I send the assistant a little cactus because they always stay good, so she'll remember me, right? And so I keep calling her up, and she'll call me a month later. Well, Barbara DeFina, who was Scorsese's wife at the
That's
time,
right, yeah.
was producing it. So Erwin Winkler's office said, hang in there, kid. We're about 6-8 months away. I don't know what post is, pre, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so every time they tell me to call, I call. So finally, I get to, they're saying, we're getting close. Now, I'm doing research. I'm out there, and I'm go down to John Gaudy's place at the Hunt and Fish place down here in Queens. I want to talk to
The
John.
Ravenite Social Club, yeah.
No. This is the Hunt and Fish.
Oh, the Hunt and Fish in Queens, all right.
Yeah, I go down, and they got the big necks.
That's right.
And I go down, and I say, hey, is John here? And they go, who are you? I just want to ask him about Jimmy the Gent, how he drank, how he smoked, whatever, you know. They might think I'm a comic. I said, can I talk to John? They go, what are you, crazy? Who are you? I said, I'm an actor, because I figured I'd throw Scorsese name. He's doing this thing. He says, you a what? I'm an actor. Well, act like a runner. Get out of it. What are you, freaking nuts? I go, I just want to get out of here already.
Right.
So I'm trying to find all these people in town that know him, right? So I go to Lewisburg Federal Prison to meet Jimmy the Gent.
Okay.
Now you
Boy, you are really working for this part, man. That is something else.
Well, because I knew I felt
You could
him.
do it, yeah.
I felt this guy
Right.
in me. You know what I'm saying? So I go there. Now I know that being in prison, you got to be on a list. I know
Right.
that. But I figure, what do I got to lose? I go there, right? So I wait. They say, no, you got to be 3 days. So I wait 3 days there. He won't put me on a list. He won't meet with me. I find his daughter, and she owns a jewelry place in the Italian section here, right? So I go to meet her. I say, hey, listen, you know, they're doing this movie. I want to ask you about your dad. Get out of here.
Okay.
Well, get out of here. I said, no, I'm not going to leave. I just want to know you're going to get out of here. So as I'm running around town doing this, long story short, there was a club called a Shooting Star. Do you remember that?
Okay, yeah.
It was up in Yonkers.
Yeah.
A couple wise guys opened. A guy named Frank D'Amico had a little piece in it. Remember Frankie? Big guy.
I don't know the guy, but
Whatever.
Go ahead.
So I go in, and I'm closing the show. These guys said to me, listen, somebody wants to talk to you outside. I said, I go out, and they take me for a ride. There's a guy driving. There's a guy in the back. He goes, why are you talking to the daughter? I go, well, I'm just want to, you know, and I'm not nervous. I'm not scared at this point, but I'm like, hey, you know, I said, I just want to know how he eats and drinks. Stay away from the daughter. You're down Gaudy's place. What are you, nuts? You don't.
That's hilarious.
And I'm going,
you're just trying to get a part in the movie.
I just want an audition.
Right, just an audition. Well, you want an audition?
I'm
Sure,
Rocky.
go ahead.
I'm Rocky, babe. I just want the shot.
Right.
If I don't get it, fine. Just give me the shot.
Yeah.
So I'm not nervous yet, right? So the guy says to the daughter, why are you talking to, Jimmy the Gent's daughter? I said, well, no, you can't do that. And they own the club. And I'm thinking, now I'm getting, my knees are getting a little weak. They might rack me. And I'm figuring, who's going to close the show? Right? Because they own part of the club.
That's right.
Right.
That's a good point.
But I'm not thinking, until I know that they were, and they said, no, I'm good. I'm going to stay away. You know what I'm still telling you? Stay away.
Yeah.
You got that. I go, I got it. Okay. So they start telling me how he drinks, how he smokes. They go, you remind me of a young Jimmy. I think, this is supposed to be it, right?
Right.
All right. So I get what they call a general meeting. Now, Barbara DeFina calls Ellen Lewis up. You know who Ellen Lewis is?
Big casting director.
Big casting. Good looking, too. There ain't too many of those
She
good
wasn't
looking
bad. You're right. You're right, exactly. Most look like me.
Yeah.
You're right.
And that's still bang. Don't get me wrong. Her name was, but she was hot, and so I go in with a general meeting. Barbara DeFina sets it up. Now they know that I'm calling them months and months and months, but they don't know if I'm crazy. They just know that I'm. So I go in. I think this is my one shot. I got a 9mm pistol. It's loaded. I got 2,000 cash. I got the pinky ring. I got the jacket on, the hair slicked back, and I got handcuffs.
Right.
Here's why. Because I figured this is the only shot I'm going to get to meet Scorsese. I don't know it's a general meeting. What do I know? Right? So we're sitting there, and she goes, well, we really appreciate you coming in. I go, so when am I going to meet Marty? Now, by the way, she's there, and a woman who cast Woody Allen's pictures is behind her. I can't remember the casting.
Juliet Taylor.
That's right. She's behind her. And I look at the lady, Ellen, and I say, all right, well, where's Marty? She goes, well, this is just a general meeting. I said, no. You could take this here, or you could take $2,000 cash, but you're going to get one of them. I'm going to tell you right now, I want to know where Marty is. And she looks me in the eye, and we have this stare down. She says, I think you got to go. Now, there's a point in your life where you make this decision. Do I handcuff her?
Right. We've all been there.
No, if I handcuff her, where's she going? She's not going anywhere. So it's just me and her. Then I'm going to meet Marty. Right?
At that point, you would, I think. Yeah.
I'm doing this. Hey, let me tell you something. I got the character. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the whole thing, you know. And I get the hair, the pinky ring. I got a $2,000 pinky ring, $2,000 cash. And she said, I don't want your money. I said, take the money, take this. You're going to get one of them. And then we stare down, and I'm saying, I'm going to handcuff her. And then I said, you know what? She says, you got to go. And I look at her and I go, all right, that's 6 months research. I leave. I'm on the subway. Now I'm like crying. Oh, man, I blew this 6 months. I'm depressed. 2 weeks go by. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I get this call. Is Bob Golub there? Yeah. This is Alan Lewis. Hi, Alan. How are you? Just like totally different voice. She goes, listen, come in and get some sides. I come in. I was read for the part. Marty will meet you, she said.
Okay.
But listen, Marty don't like guns, all right? Don't bring guns. Don't bring guns.
Just a general note.
Yeah, yeah. Don't bring a gun. And it was loaded, by the way. It was loaded.
I believe you.
No, I was going. I'm going for it.
I believe it.
Marty don't like guns. And don't slick your hair back and do all that, the rings. Just come in as you. And I go in and I get sides. I don't even know what sides are.
Right.
I go, what are sides? I read for the part that they burned down Tony Darrow played. You know, they burning down.
Oh, they put the part of the guy who owned the restaurant that they burned down.
Right. So I go in and I get the sides. And I go in and I read. I go in, there's Martin Scorsese. And that's what I wanted. I got my, and he said, oh, all right, Bob, okay, here's the deal, you're crazy. I heard the Gotti thing. You're not. Here's the deal. You're sitting here, you're talking this, and the scene I read was, he goes, I can't go here, I can't go there. Are you going to help me out? So we're going to help him out. You know the scene where that...
Right. It's like, this guy's an arch criminal.
Right, well, he's sitting there trying to get him, the Godfather, to come and help him.
Right, help him out.
Now, I'm a young, and I grabbed this guy and I snatched him over. No, you wouldn't do that. No, you're crazy. Listen, you won't do that. You don't know. He's like the big guy. Okay, no. Don't snatch him and pull him over. His thing's falling off the desk and stuff.
Yeah.
So he goes, no, just do your lines and don't grab him. You wouldn't do that. So I get done, and I get out of there, and I say, thank you, man. He goes, all right, man, I'll see you. And I leave, and I swear to God to you, I get out the Warner Brothers, and I'm about this high, better than any drug I've ever done. I'm this high off the ground.
This was in L.A.?
No, it's in New York.
Here, New York, okay.
New York. I was living in Staten Island at the time.
Right. You said Warner Brothers, so the Warner Brothers office is over here.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I come out,
and
I got what I achieved. I wanted to get my audition. That's what I wanted. And I'm this high off the ground. I swear to God, I come out, the first guy says, I just met Martin Scorsese. What do I care about? He's walking. New York, he don't care. So I get a call that Marty loved. He's going to find a part for you in a movie. And I went in and got it.
Wow, that's great. So you thought you'd be perfect. And he was right. You were perfect for it. So did you ad-lib those lines?
Well, here's what... By the way, I met... You know, it was really cool because, it's the first time I've ever done a film. And they pick you up in a bus right across from the Penn Station there. And I met Martin Scorsese's father. We got to talk.
Yeah.
Which I shot the first day. The first day.
It's like his father's in the movie. He plays Vinny. His father plays a guy named Vinny.
Yeah, his dad was a great guy. His mother was terrific and unbelievable. But the father was a great guy. We got to be friends. Lorraine Bracco was there the first day. To show you how naive I was. Now, you've done movies, and you've done the thing. It was good, funny. And I'm on the thing, and I pull in the truck, and the truck breaks down. Right. So I'm trying to fix the truck. They go, whoa. No, you don't fix the truck. It's all union. And the first AD is looking at Scorsese. He's trying to fix the truck.
That's hilarious.
And Scorsese's going like this, goes. But I think he liked the rawness.
Of course he did.
And the realness of it. And
I got to tell you something, Bob, because you can't teach somebody to do that, because it's in you, It's a real thing.
By the way, I'm going to tell you, when I come in...
It also means you're a good guy, too.
What's that, sir?
Yeah, I think it also means you're a good guy, too. It's like you're not some pompous ass from Hollywood who...
This is me.
Right, exactly.
This ain't me.
You're trying to fix the truck.
I was fixing the truck. It was broke down. I don't know. No, that's union. You don't do that, right? Yeah. But if you notice, I'm going to give you a little cue. When I come in, I grab my balls like this, and I go...
That's right.
That's my dad. My dad, when he used to get mad, he would get his tongue and go like that. So when I was coming in, all my family grabs us. Even my sisters do this, I swear to God. It's unbelievable. So he's grabbing himself like this. So I went in, I said, I'm going to play my dad coming in. And that's what I did.
That's right.
And so I played that, like I was mad, like, they took my truck to play it off. And, so, no, I didn't improvise the lines. But let me tell you what happened. There's a guy named Mike Ivey. This black guy.
So in the script it said 2 N-words stole my truck. Okay.
But Mike Ivey told everybody I improvised those lines.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, for years I had all these black guys come up to me, yo, what's up with that, Golub? Yo, man, what's up
But
with
it's
this?
but it's authentic, is what it is. I mean, it's not like you're playing a character.
No, I improvised everything else around.
Right.
They let me go, but those lines were in it. So everyone for years was saying, yo, man, what's up with that, man? Golub. So finally, after a while, I said, you know what? There was one I added 2. All right, whatever you want to do.
That's right. Hey, look, you guys. Hey, you know what's great about that, about your performance in that is you do exactly what a guy who might be a little nervous in the situation would do. Like you acknowledge them, kind of like, okay, I'm gonna.
No, it's a very subtle.
Yeah, you get like a,